So this question is asking us to describe fully the single transformation that maps A to B. So it's really important to remember it's going A to B. So it's a transformation. So one of the first things I'd recommend you write down is what are the 4 transformations you deal with at GCSE, and they are enlargement, translation, reflection, and rotation. So we've got to decide which of those is the actual transformation that's happening, and then we've got to describe it fully, as the question says, describe fully the single transformation. It's not an enlargement, although enlargements do happen for shapes. It's usually when shapes get bigger or smaller. There's special enlargements which act from a scale factor of 1, but they're not normally asked at GCSE level. Translation would mean that the shape has moved from one position to another, but technically it looks in the same orientation. So this one's obviously upside down compared to the other one, so it can't be that. So it's not an enlargement, it's not a translation. A reflection would imply it's being mirrored to go over across the x-axis or across the y-axis, or it can be a line of reflection going in the diagonal. It would be unusual to go anything other than y, so does that corner go across there? Yep, that corner goes across there, that corner goes across there. So I don't think it's going to be a reflection. So I believe it's going to be a rotation, and we should be using tracing paper to check that this actually works, but I haven't got a piece of tracing paper with me at the moment, so we'll just have to work it through. So if I join some corresponding points up, then I know that the centre of rotation has to be at the perpendicular bisector of the points. So the rotation centre is going to be there, joining up those 2 corresponding points. If I join up with the ones and then drew the perpendicular bisectors, they would all cross through that point. So we're going to describe this rotation fully. So it's going to be a rotation, and we have to describe it fully. So it's going to be centre to 1. And it's going to be a full rotation of 180 degrees. Now again, you should say anti-clockwise or clockwise, but because it's 180 degrees, then it doesn't matter which one we said, so I'm just going to say 180 degrees clockwise. It wouldn't have mattered if you said anti-clockwise. It wouldn't have mattered actually if you'd left it just 180 degrees turn. So describe fully the single transformation. Well, it's a rotation. We're given the centre, and we've told the angle and the direction of turn. So that'll get the 3 marks. Again, if we look at the question, it was worth 3 marks, so that gives us a clue that we should be saying 3 things: rotation, centre, and angle of turn. Okay, so that's an example of describe fully a single transformation between 2 shapes.